I'm going to let this roll for a minute. I found there's a delay when I go live from my iPhone. Faith crisis. Find strength in doubt. Lost your faith. You're not alone. Overcoming doubt. Trust the process. Your ultimate guide to navigating a faith crisis. If you found that one of the worst ways to respond when someone who attacks our faith is by getting defensive, it can ultimately confirm their negative views of us. Instead, what if we responded with love and understanding? Welcome to another episode. I'm Dennis Schleicher, and today I want to dive into a topic I know many of us have faced or will face at some point in our faith crisis. It's personal, it's messy, and it's hard. But today I want to share with all of you what has helped me and many others navigate through their own struggles. I had the chance to meet many people on their faith journey. Some are thriving, others are struggling, and a few are in crisis, wondering how to make sense of all of it. As someone who faced spiritual challenges and has gotten through them, I can tell you that these moments don't have to single the end of your faith. They can become pivotal moments of growth in your own journey. Number two, a little about myself. Like many of you know, I did not grow up in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I was baptized in 2017, and my faith has been a constant journey, learning, and falling, and getting back up. My background isn't what I'd expect. I'd been through a lot, serving as a literary agent, vice president of sales for division of Procter & Gamble, traveling to hundreds of churches across the U.S. and even other parts of the world, and even being part of a media space where faith isn't always welcomed when I was a lifestyle reporter. Through it all, I've learned my faith is not about never doubting. It's about holding on, even when the storms hit. Number three, I've seen how quickly the internet can complicate our faith. You start Googling something for a talk, and suddenly you're overwhelmed with information. Some of it's true, and a lot of it's misleading. I always say the adversary lives in the internet, but that's just my opinion. And this is the world we live in, and it can feel like we're playing an away game all the time, even at home, even within our communities. There are challenges to our own beliefs. However, here's the thing. Opposition isn't a sign that you're failing. Not at all. Opposition isn't a sign of faith. In fact, Christ told us this would happen in Matthew chapter 24. He warned about deception and challenges coming to those who have made covenants. If you're facing doubts, it might just mean that your faith is something the adversary wants to attack. So instead of seeing your doubts as a weakness, consider them evidence of your strength and your potential. Let me know your thoughts on that. Gosh, it's beautiful here in this. I'm sitting in a green in the center of Glastonbury, and it's just, I didn't take time to just look at the screen until now, and I'm grateful I did because I feel the presence of our Savior. So, number four, one thing I've learned is that how we respond to attacks or misconceptions or misunderstandings matter. I've been confronted by people both in person and online, who challenged my own faith or belief, the easiest reaction is to fight back or shut down. But the Savior's way is different. He teaches us to to turn the other cheek, not in a passive way, but with compassion. We can engage with others without contention, seeking to understand instead of just trying to prove they're right or we're right. Number 5, I found many people in faith crisis don't need all the answers up front. They need to feel seen and heard. Sometimes they carry questions for years, afraid that asking might spread doubt or that no one will understand. But keeping those questions inside only deepens our struggles, or the struggle, I should say. That's why it's so important to be a safe space for others. We need to be willing to say, quote, "I'm here for you. Tell me what's on your heart," close quote. Number 6, when someone comes in to me with a crisis or talks to me about it, the first thing I ask is, do you still believe in God? Because if they do, even if everything else feels shaky, that's where we start. Faith in God is the foundation. We build a step by step. We build on step by step. And if their struggle is with understanding church history or policies, I try to shift the focus from church to Christ. If we center our faith on Him, everything else starts to fall into place. Everything. I want to thank the 5 people on here. If you could give this a like, every like means a lot. Before I go into number 6, I'm going to readjust this a little because I want to see if I can... Oops, give me a second. Gosh, that lighting is gorgeous. Wouldn't you agree? It's it's perfect. Number 6, when someone comes... Oh, I've already talked about that one. Sorry. Number 7, anything I've realized, or I should say another thing I've realized, is that faith isn't a straight line. It's a circle. It's a cycle. Creation, fall, atonement. We start with enthusiasm, but eventually we hit challenges. That forces us to question. That's the fall. But through the atonement of Jesus Christ, we learn and grow from these trials. It's a process that deepens our understanding and strengthens our conviction. Let me share a personal story with you. Right after I was baptized, I wanted to move to St. George, Utah. It was February 2017. Or no, 2018, because I was baptized in August 2017. I was praying to God, saying, I found a condo, it's really cheap, I can afford it. And I got this huge answer back. Nope, you're not going to be able to wear flip-flops. And I'm like, what? But I listened. Had I not listened, I would have never had met the general authority at our next stake conference in March. I would have never had my first convert baptism. I would have never been on the journey that I'm on today, where that general authority told me something. He said, you have a bigger calling than you know. And just before I met him, I had a huge challenge. I don't think I can make it in this church past the year mark. I was thinking in the beginning of March, after I got that no not to move to St. George, Utah, and now A condo that I would have bought for 100,000 is going for almost $500,000. It's crazy. Or $250,000. It's so much money. It's out of my reach. It's just, I can't afford it. But God put me on a path for a different plan, and I got to trust that. And so that's my personal journey, and we have to hold on. Now, number 8, one of the hardest lessons I've had to learn is to trust God's timing. I've seen people leave the church or walk away from their faith only to return later with a deeper understanding. The prodigal son's story teaches us that God is patient, and we need to be patient too. Trust the process and trust that God is working even when we can't see it. And I have to add to that, faith is not like a vending machine where you can just plop in a couple of dollars and say, I want a Diet Coke, or I want a Pepsi, or I want a Mountain Dew, or Dr. Pepper. It comes in your own time, in his timing. Number 9, if you're someone who struggles right now, know that you're not alone. One of the adversary's greatest tools is isolation, making us believe that no one understands what we're going through. But I promise you, others have felt the same way. You're not alone. You're not the only one. And more importantly, God is with you. His love is constant, and his plan for you is still unfolding as we speak. It's unfolding. Every turn, every corner, every mountain we climb, it's unfolding. Number 10, navigating a faith crisis isn't about having all the answers right away. It's about staying consistent. Thank you, Jenny. You've been in my prayers. This means a lot. It's about staying consistent. To God and to those who can support you, ask questions, seek out conversations with people who listen without judgment. Lean into the atonement of Jesus Christ. Trust that he will help you through. You know, Jesus Christ and the trust that he has for all of us is amazing. He will help you through whatever challenge you face. Quote, and he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will rather glory in that the power of Christ may rest upon me. That's found in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. This verse is a beautiful reinforcement of the message that God's grace sustains us in our struggles, and that through challenges, his strength can be perfected in all of us. I want to thank you for being here with me today. If you found this message helpful, please share it with someone who might need it. Let's create a space where people feel safe to wrestle with their faith and find their way back to hope. I feel like I just want to close with a verse. I'm going to see what pops out to me. Okay, this is what I opened to, dated and timed. This was on May 8th, 2018. And I'm going to read 2 Nephi chapter 20, verse 24 and 25. And I'm going to read this to my friend Jenny, okay? But I'm going to replace some words with Jenny's name, with her name. But behold, all things have been done into the wisdom of him who Jenny knoweth all things. Adam fell that Jenny might be, and that Jenny are that Jenny might have joy. So I replaced a certain name. I replaced certain things with Jenny's name. And that was a note that I had taken on May 8th, 2018. And that is what I opened to in my original Book of Mormon that I stole. Didn't realize we gave them away for free. I know I talk about that a lot. But I have a lot of new people that are seeing this for the first time. So I do have to be repetitive sometimes. Yes, I didn't realize we give them away for free. So you're welcome. I love you and have an awesome day. And bye for now.